That's where Lou threw the paper planes from. I've never seen such a big picture. I wonder if anything exciting happened in the other apartments too. I can see the TV tower. Pretty crappy. Wow, the apartment is ginormous.
They used to build big. Then they put in walls, so there were more apartments.
Why would anyone need this much space?
It's more for rich people.
Too bad. Can we be rich someday too?
We'll have to renovate a lot of apartments for that.
Whoa.
Come on, help me here a little. You're just standing around.
If I have to.
You could hammer off the old tiles, or even better, could you look for my screwdriver? You'll need a hammer for the tiles, and you'll just need patience and sharp eyes for the screwdriver.
Okay. Why didn't they take their furniture with them? I want to hammer something.
Tiles, hammer them off the walls. They all need to come down.
All of them? Great. The fridge is stinky, Dad. Dad, come quickly. Dad!
What is it?
Look, a photo. I found it. There's a year on it. 1933.
That's interesting. I think only very few people had cameras back then.
So, a photographer hid it here.
Yeah, maybe. But 1933? That wasn't a good time.
Huh? How come? They had enormous apartments.
1933 wasn't like any other year in Germany.
Tell me.
It'll take a while.
That doesn't matter, Dad.
I will miss you, my little friend. You know that I am a man of few words. Go, you are free. Go on now. The sun shines the same on rich and poor. That's the ticket. Have adventures. Make new friends. The world is your oyster. I will leave your door open, and you can leave whenever you want. How does that sound? The telephone. That must be Esther. Yes, I'm coming. This old man's not as spry as he used to be.
Josef?
Esther?
I'm on my way now. Once I arrive, come down to the street when I sound my horn.
Must we? Really? I am old, Esther. and I do not feel like making such a long journey.
I know, Joseph. For a fossil like you, it is a trek. Take your time. I will be waiting. Have you packed yet?
I really don't know what I should pack, Esther.
Do not worry, Joseph. We made a list together, remember? It should be next to the telephone.
Yes, I have it here. Thank you, Esther. What would I do without you?
Pack your things. Until then, Joseph.
Warm jacket, passport, lucky shoes, grandfather's pocket watch, razor, journal, and maybe my treasured camera. Where should I even begin? How many hours have I spent here in the workshop? For nothing? I have always enjoyed repairing things myself, though. Oh, look. I shouldn't forget this lovely item. There's even some film still left inside. Maybe I can take a picture with it. One last shot. What will I photograph? Wonderful. I'll develop the image once I've set up my laboratory somewhere. My parents on their wedding day. I am glad that they don't have to experience a living room, a workshop, and a study. A lone wolf's apartment. That has never bothered me. I like being alone. The Road Back by Erich Maria Remarque. Soldiers tried to return home after the Great War. Luckily, I was already so old back then that I was spared any of that. The book was... The telephone? Is that Esther again? Esther? Is that you? To whom am I speaking? Is anybody there? They just hung up. This has been happening for a few weeks now. Plutonia by Vladimir Obruchev. I love Russian adventure novels. Hopefully, I'll also find some in France. For the longest time, I have wanted to take on this door. It has become stiffer and stiffer since I have lived here, and at some point it won't be able to be opened at all. The only joy of leaving things behind is that you also leave behind your unfinished projects. You can't see much in the red light, but it protects the sensitive film. I have loved photography ever since I was young. Ever since I discovered that all a movie projector does is show lots of photos in a row, and that it even uses the same material, it was clear to me that I needed my own gear. But I had to save first. I didn't have any money back then. You can always use a razor, no matter where you go. Here, look, I had completely forgotten. This photograph is from the Great Depression. I had come up with a few things to give people their cinema experience. Movies are especially important when people are going through hard times. I could never leave my camera behind. A good day starts with a good shave. Reminders of my old life. I am still missing a few items from the list. I have a distinguished Pinot Gris from 1928. It isn't kosher, though, but nobody needs to know. The kitchen was always my favorite room, especially in the mornings when the light would shine in almost magically for a few minutes. It was the perfect environment for writing a few words in my journal. Der Luftpirat und sein lenkbares Luftschiff. Captain Morse battles with his airship Meteor against one new villain after another. How I loved these stories. A shame the series was discontinued in 1912. Bismarck, my dear, you're still here. I very much understand how you feel. The last letters from Jakob and Elsa. Without them, things just aren't the same here. The supplies will spoil. I cannot take them with me. The ice in the fridge will quickly melt. I no longer have any idea what these keys unlock. But you don't throw keys away, so I've collected them here. This is not the right key. This one doesn't fit either. The key fits. My old journal. I stopped writing in it after this entry. The most painful day of my life. I should continue to write them. What's the next item on the list? What's the next item on the list? She cannot hear me. I've barely moved. Miss Ham, for 65 years I had no problem sleeping, and yet I have had many sleepless nights over the last few weeks. A lot of memories, but I can't take them all with me. This is it, my favorite jacket. Look, the badge from my old employer is still here. It's been an eternity. A jacket for cold days. Who knows where this journey will take us? All right, what's next? This little book holds the telephone numbers of my friends and acquaintances. So many of them have already left. Lots of things have accumulated here, too. These are lovely shoes, but not my lucky shoes. Nothing but worthless trinkets. I have already packed enough undershirts. I have already packed some pants. I don't need any more shirts. A lot of memories, but I can't take them all with me. My 1932 tax return. For once, something I won't miss. Ariane, a Russian Girl by Claude Anet. The adventurous Ariane leads a wild life beyond virtue. Men fall at her feet. She meets Konstantin, and both of them try to stop falling in love with each other. Unsuccessfully, I can say that much. I always said to Esther that romance novels keep me young. But this has to stay here. Bills, bills, bills. I settled them a while ago. The Trial by Franz Kafka. I once met Kafka at Askanischer Hofhotel, and I wanted him to sign my book. Well, it didn't seem like a good time. Sometimes it's better not to meet your idols. Nobody needs this paper anymore. Leaving the accounts behind won't be too difficult a decision. A young writer sent me this screenplay. I liked him, but the script was, well, never mind. It is terrible, but his passion for writing impressed me. The Road Back by Erich Maria Remarque. Soldiers tried to return home after the Great War. Luckily, I was already so old back then that I was spared any of that. A tidy desk is a desk that isn't being worked at. My insurance document. I certainly won't be needing these anymore. Documents upon documents that I no longer need. The first movies were documentaries. The Lumiere brothers, of course, the Skladanovskys, William Dixon. For me, though, there is one person who changed everything. Georges Méliès. He was the first person who understood the power of film. He told stories and transported us to another world. I was able to save the projector from the fire. I'd always hoped to repair it someday, that I could maybe make a fresh start. But some things just cannot be fixed, I guess. Die große Wette. This fantastic movie plays out in the distant future, the year 2000. It features the great Harry Peel as the Electric Man. What will the world look like in the year 2000? A chest full of junk. I'll leave it here. My lucky shoes. Old shoes are always the most comfortable to wear, though they could do with some new soles. I'm taking my lucky shoes with me. I'm going to need some luck. Done. Not much is left on my list. There's something funny about that clock.
Eine Einheit, auch die sich hier ausdrückt, in einer Gäste ungeheuerlich. Man muss direkt Angst haben, wie die Menschen dort draußen drängen. Man wundert sich, dass sie sich nicht so drängen. Ich hoffe nur, dass unsere Hörer auch nur eine Idee, eine Ahnung davon bekommen.
I think I'll manage without this stuff. My first cinema ticket. It was Der Raubmord am Spandauer Schifffahrtskanal in 1896, the Edison Theater on Friedrichstraße. I knew straight away that that was the life for me. My second home, before the fire. My father as a young man. This table was already in the apartment when I moved in. It will also remain here after I leave. A little glass of wine here after the last screening. Something I held sacred. The end of a good day. Paris, c'est une fête. Lieschen and Esther pooled their money to give me this painting of the Oberbaum Bridge for my 50th birthday. I kept telling them they didn't have to get me anything. I found this picture in a thrift store. I should have replaced these pictures long ago. Now I no longer care. Not again. I should hurry. A fake button, just like in the adventure novels. A kleinzig Trick für einen alten Kacker. Ah, there it is. My passport. Yes. And the contracts and folder for the Minerva Lichtspiele. I still remember the day when I first held them in my hands. Let's see how far I get with my passport. The keys to the cinema are inside. I don't know why, but I don't. Just a few items left. Esther. That must be her. Hopefully no one noticed. I'll be down soon, Esther. Give me a few more minutes. I'm still missing my pocket watch. I believe it's in my workshop. Workers leaving the Lumière factory in Lyon. The old one has been out of commission ever since I have used it to store my highly flammable treasures. A trip to the moon. Such a mess. These contracts are worthless now. The Great Train Robbery by Edwin S. Porter. I love imported movies from America. 11 minutes of pure excitement. My pocket watch. I believe it's in the safe in the workshop. The safe must be at the back of the workshop. I covered it with a blanket. I will always remember the combination, 1st of December, 1895. That was the day of the first movie screening in Berlin. And then 12 counterclockwise. I actually just wanted to impress a girl. Elsa or Maria? She never... Then 18 clockwise? It may have had an unhappy backstory. And then 95 counterclockwise? But the evening will always remain in my memory. There. The pocket watch is in the safe in the workshop in the corner. Grandfather's pocket watch. The watch stopped on the morning of Black Thursday. It was truly a crazy coincidence. The coil spring snapped, but it can surely be repaired again. Oh! They're after me. I have to get out of here, now. I shouldn't bring this. It takes up far too much space. Or maybe I should? No, that would be absurd. This is the wrong way. I need to get to the front door. The back door. But I should go out the front. It would be quicker. Let's go, quickly.
Mr. Liebermann, Sturmabteilung, Auxiliary Police. Your neighbor has complained about the constant disturbance of the peace. Open the door.
I can't get around them. It's a trap. I must take the back exit.
Mr. Liebermann.
Quick, let's get out of here. Move faster, Josef, before they break the door down. That's that. Goodbye, my old apartment. Or farewell. شايفينوس أدركا واتوم شوفوا بني آدم يا بابا تو شايفينوس أدركا واتوم شوفوا بني آدم راي 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 را 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 يا بابا 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 اي را 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 يا را 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 يا را 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 را
Did Joseph make it in the end?
Joseph made it. He traveled all the way to Paris with Esther. He then later migrated to the United States on the trail of Hollywood movie stars.
He had his lucky shoes with him.
That's something, at least, and a ton of memories.
Thankfully, those times are over.
And now we have been chatting for ages. I need to get back to work.
Look here, Dad. Dad? Wow, that must have belonged to Bismarck the bird. Or the great-great-great-grandchild of Bismarck the bird. A plate for me, a plate for Dad.